I was thinking, I think I want to do for a stream. I want to play like Sea of Thieves, uh, solo,
And then
or
you're gonna
maybe with.
pirate video games.
No, that would be funny too. No, just go around with my ukulele and just try and shoot myself onto people's ships and perform and see if they will give me like treasure as as a tip. And I won't hurt anyone. I'm just there to make friends.
And some money on the side, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Let me in. Okay, we can save. I'm missing a
Latest
little health.
discussions. Latest discussions on the Metroid.fandom.com. Okay, let's track the trauma Samus has gone through. Awesome. Human colony killed by space pirates, raised by bird people, bird family killed by space pirates.
Brutal.
Has had to make the same species, Metroids, extinct multiple times.
Well, I guess she's never really done it then, has she?
That's true.
I think she has
Uh,
actually, but then they keep like reviving them somehow.
mhm. Ridley is part of the pirates that killed her colony slash parents. Sad elimination of Metroid has led to the X parasite. Now has the DNA of the species she tried to eliminate. Oh, that's a spoiler. We haven't gone to that part in
Yeah,
the chronology yet. Dark Samus created by killing Metroid Prime. Spoilers.
yeah.
Uh, Almost losing herself to Dark Samus in Prime 3. Knows the shady side of the Federation. Whatever the fuck
Apparently.
Emmy is. Emmie. I don't know what that is. I'm not that big a Metroid head.
Not a huge Metroid buff, huh?
No, can't say I am. More of a Scooby Doo lore guy. and Tim and Moby. That's the other one I have a bit of extensive knowledge on.
Do you have extensive knowledge on Tim and Moby?
Yeah, I've read the wiki many times.
Is that one of the things you read as opposed to books? Like,
There's a lot of stupid shit I read as opposed to books. And usually wikis for shit I don't care about is one of them.
well, I
Or
should
like
have just.
incidents. There's a really interesting flight jacking incident that I read about.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a Japanese flight. I can't remember. 351? Is this it?
Crime in
Japanese
Japan? The Yakuza?
Japanese Airlines Flight 351. Yeah, this is it. Japanese Airlines Flight 351 was a flight hijacked by 9 members of the Japanese Communist Party, or the Red Army faction, a predecessor to the Japanese Red Army, in 1970. While a flight was flying from Tokyo to Fukuoka, uh, 9 people on board the plane drew samurai swords and
They,
calmly stated to everyone that they're hijacking the plane. Everyone remain calm. We don't want to hurt you. That's not our intention. Apparently, the people on the
please
plane
do
were
not.
just fucking cool with this because, I mean, yeah, they were like, I mean, you don't got a problem with us, I don't think.
Please remain calm. We just need to borrow
Mhm.
this.
It was 129 hostages, 122 passengers, and 7 crew members. And there's someone here. Let me see if I can find it. There was one of the people was like a celebrity, that like one of the communist hijackers
Oh.
was a celebrity, and I'm just imagining someone on the flight's like, oh hey, when we get off, can I have your autograph? Like,
What's the quickest way? Oh.
Moriaki Wakabayashi was an early member bass player in the long-running avant-garde rock band Les Rales de Nudes. Yeah, so the bassist from this Japanese avant-garde rock band, as it says, was a member, and apparently people recognized him.
they're just they're just like total bassist energy. Ha 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 ha.
I mean, like, the bassist is always the first one to go in the band,
Is it
usually.
true?
It's yes, at least in like metal, and the metal and like other heavier rocks, that is like literally a meme. Oh, what? That's lore I didn't know. I'll get to that afterwards. Apparently, some of the we'll get to it. So basically, yeah, they said they were like, yeah, so they went up to the captains. They held him at Katana Point, like literally up to his neck, and he's like, okay, we're listening, we're complying. Where do you want to go? And they said,
Where to,
take us to
fellas?
Cuba. To which the pilot responded, we don't have we. This is a domestic flight. We do not have the fuel for that. And he's like, okay, well, land at the nearest airport and fill up to get to Cuba, and then we'll go. He's okay, okay, sir. The pilot's not wanting to fucking die. Make emergency landing request at the nearest airport. They get down. Obviously, there's authorities on the ground.
Yeah.
They're going through the whole hostage negotiation thing. And I believe they released. Yeah, okay. It says here they released 21 of the hostages at the airport that they landed at, in exchange for the refueling. Um, and what else? There was at some point, I don't remember uh, where, but at some point they basically told them, this is like a Japanese domestic made plane. This isn't supposed to fly international. It does not have the fuel capacity to get to Cuba. Like, it's
Yeah.
literally impossible. And so they, in their infinite wisdom, decided, well, okay, we wanted to go to Cuba because that was probably one of the most successful communist uprisings, of its time. So they decided the next best place to go would be North Korea. It's close enough. It's
All
within the
right.
flight distance. It is, it proclaims to be communist in some capacity. That so they decided
What could
North
go
Korea.
wrong?
North Korea was where they wanted to go, and so they had to slip things to. So they had to slip something to the pilot. Like, he's like, we need maps. We don't have the maps to get there. We need that. We can't just navigate blind. And so the map they gave the pilot was a piece of paper torn out of a school textbook of just like East Asia, and it just had Pyongyang International Airport, just like circled on it, and that was the map they gave them, and they said, okay, I guess this is what we're using. And they just had to fly with that shit.
That's
And
pretty
so
cool.
and then I guess I guess none of the people noticed, or maybe they noticed and they didn't care, or they didn't think anything of it.
Yeah,
But
I'm
on the
wondering what
back
those
of
guys
the
are doing during all this. What's everyone else up to?
the Communist Party people, but there was a note on the back of the map that said like once over airspace, uh, radio to this like air traffic control frequency. And so when the pilots kind of think that they're about somewhere near North Korean airspace, they turn on that frequency. They frequent like they tune in. They're like Pyongyang, Pyongyang. This is flight 351 requesting immediate landing at your airport. They do this for about 20-30 minutes and they get no response. After which point they see two fighter jets on either side come
Uh
up and take two shots at them. Like both take a shot. One of them grazes the plane, and then they get a call, like they call in on the radio, of someone saying, "This is North Korean Air Force or whatever the fuck it's called. We will guide you down. Do not divert. Follow us directly." And they lead this plane down, and they get down there, and the first thing they see at the end of the runway is a ton of like North Korean schoolgirls singing the national anthem to them, like literally welcoming them
huh.
because they had told them what happened, I guess, or something, or they talked over the radio at some point, like basically telling them why they were there, what was going on, and they get down there. They have all these people saluting them, clapping, waving, calling them out over a loudspeaker. They're like, "We welcome you to Pyongyang. We're so happy to have you as members of the Communist Party here. Anyone who wants to stay behind, we would love to have you." Because it turns out what happened is they were actually in South Korea,
Uh,
in a South Korean airport. And they basically they went to a nearby museum to get uniforms for the schoolgirls at a local school in South Korea. And apparently, it was a big meme at the time to just sing the North Korean national anthem
uh.
because they thought it was funny. So they all already knew the song.
They used memes.
Uh huh.
The power of memes. That I mean, we people here do that with the fucking Russian anthem, so it makes
Exactly. Like,
sense.
except they knew how to. They literally knew the words to it and everything. This all happened like rather quickly, and
Yeah.
part of the reason was that on board there was like some unite like a executive from some United States like company as well as a South Korean company. And yeah, because of that, the US and South Korea got involved immediately and helped stage this whole operation.
So I think this is like where it's talking about with the research room, but I'm not sure. Because mine's are pretty big. There could be a couple of research rooms.
Hmm. Oh, and there was some speculation the pilots realized what was happening because apparently one of them had flown to the airport before. So they thought he either knew it was happening or at least when he was landing down, he would have likely recognized the airport and caught on. But obviously, that man's trained to not fucking say anything to like the
Yeah.
hijackers. Like he knows not to give out information with no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's not gonna be like, "Hey, are you guys sure about this?" Wait, wait, wait! Look at this. Literally, do
What?
not feed the Metroids.
Please do not feed Metroids. So when they landed in South Korea, that happened. That is what happened. Um, Japan's Vice Minister of Transportation volunteered to take the place of all of the remaining hostages on the plane, to which the hijackers accepted.
Huh.
They then proceeded to actual Pyongyang's Mirim Airport with their new hostage, and upon arrival, they surrendered to the North Korean authorities, who offered the entire group asylum.
Hmm.
So that's cool.
Listen, this is all a big misunderstanding. You guys went to the wrong place. We got you.
The vice minister and the remainder of the crew on board were released 2 days later and sent back home.
And everyone was
Cool.
fine. Nobody had to die.
Yeah, literally no one died. I was wrong, or at least the thing I read was wrong, or maybe I was mixing it up with another. I was reading about a couple plane hijackings, so it's possible that my brain was mixing two of them up.
So these are elite pirates, but maybe not the warrior I'm supposed to be fighting. I'm not sure.
The bassist is still alive, by the way.
Oh, cool.
he,
Did he
he
join
was
the band?
last.
Did he get the
No,
band back together?
no. He stated that the hijacking was a selfish and conceited act, and added that he wished to return to Japan and was willing to face arrest and trial for his role in the hijacking in 2014.
I was in a bad place.
Yeah.
I wonder what we're gonna have to apologize for in the future. It's probably gonna be something I said.
This is gonna get clipped, and it'll be pasted next to something else.
Yeah.
Who knows what?
Listen, half of what I say is just to like start a problem. What does the handbook say? It, if it says like
Mm,
research something, it could be a one of a million rooms in this whole
Artifact of the
goddamn
Warrior,
place.
right?
Yeah.
Uh,
There's elite
oh,
research.
yeah, it's in there. I thought I said that.
Elite research
Yeah.
or omega research?
It's in Elite Research.
Are you sure it's not epic research?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Alright. That's not too far in either, so it's fine.
The future Roman Catholic Archbishop and Cardinal Stephen Fumio Hamo was one of the passengers. One of the Shigeki Hinohara, one of the world's longest-serving physicians and educators, was on board. Oh, and yes, the passengers also included Pepsi's director at the time, Herbert Brill.
Huh.
Yeah, and
Pepsi
America said,
almost.
"Fuck that. We are
He's
not
got our
losing."
Pepsi!
We said, "No, no, no."
That's awesome. I love our country. So
Like,
we
don't you know
immediately
at this?
devised the perfect plan.
They're like, don't you know Pepsi has the third largest military or third largest navy? Fuck no, we aren't losing then. Do you know about that?
No.
At one point, I don't think this was true at the time that this happened. Like I don't think it was still true in the 1970s. But basically, the USSR loved Pepsi so much that they wanted Pepsi, and they were like, "So we don't have money that you'll like accept. Like, you can't really trade in our money because the way like U.S. sanctions worked at the time. But we do have decommissioned nuclear submarines and battleships we can give you instead." And Pepsi said, "Yeah, okay."
Sick.
So for a
I'd
little
totally
bit of
take that
time
as
there,
payment. What the fuck?
Pepsi was like the third strong, like most advanced, strongest navy in the world
I
for
assume they
like.
sold it and then got
I'm
rich.
guessing they sold it to the U.S. government for like them to research the tech or scrap it or whatever. I don't actually know the end of that story. There might be a warehouse somewhere where they just have a decommissioned nuclear submarine for all I know.
There are guns in this room. That's not safe. Oh, fuck.
Oh, I apologize. It was the sixth largest, not the third. But still,
Never mind. That's not impressive at all for a Pepsi
yeah.
company. We're gonna make a soda company that gets a way bigger navy than that.
It's true.
So there's supposed to be a big boy in here. Oh shit! Oh, I think I found him.
Nixon and Soviet leader at the time, Khrushchev, got into an argument over the topic of capitalism versus communism. Their conversation got so heated that the vice president of Pepsi intervened and offered the Soviet leader a cup of his delicious sugary beverage, and he drank it, and that was the seed that was sown.
That's excellent.
Years later, the people of the Soviet Union struck a deal that would bring Pepsi products to their country permanently. Yeah, the issue is their money was not accepted throughout the world
I
because,
wonder how much this does.
like the U.S. has always done, it immediately places any sanctions on any form of communist government.
Yep.
And so they first they used vodka for their initial agreement, and they said the next time when they wanted to renew their contract, they said vodka isn't going to cut it. So
Holy
they
shit! I
traded.
just melted him with a flamethrower.
So they traded 17 submarines, a cruiser, a frigate, and a destroyer. That was the next trade agreement,
That's
as
freaking
well as
cool.
a ton of vodka.
I
The
expect nothing
combined
less.
the combined fleet was traded for $3 billion worth of Pepsi. Free trade, baby.
Let's go.
This is, and people say the barter and trade system is dead.
Oh,
SMH.
oh, please. When you have shit like naval warships to give away.
Oh, they
The
sold the
barter
fleet
trade
too.
system isn't dead, you just need better resources, bitch.
Yeah, you just need better Pokemon cards, you fucking loser.
Open better
Uh,
packs. 5 ed.
so yeah, they sold the fleet to a Swedish company to scrap recycle it. That's really funny.
Oh,
I would
saved.
like to imagine that like the Pepsi CEO is like, "Hey, Jeff, you want to take your family out on the frigate before we sell it
Want to
off?
go on the
Like,
cruiser?
you want to take a fishing trip on the cruiser?
Oh, it's all coming together. This is perfect.
You want to go on a 3-week deep sea fishing escapade in our cutter?" It's like, yeah, I think I'll go.
That's that's incredible.
If I was
Bitch.
Pepsi, I would have kept at least one of them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
At least one
If
ship,
you can
not a
afford
submarine.
to, you have to. That way, what's the competition gonna do? You have a fucking navy.
Dude, okay, like Coke like shows up in town, in like New York or whatever, and like it's like Macy's Day Parade or something, and they're like, "Ah, here's your Coke float coming by," but you hear, "Oh, but Pepsi brought their cruiser into the harbor, and they're giving out Pepsis on their fucking cruiser."
Where are you gonna go, huh? You're gonna go to
I'm
Pepsi.
gonna go to the
I
cruiser.
don't even like Pepsi, and I'd go to them.
Same.
All I could think of when you said that was not that they were giving it out free stuff, was that they were launching ballistic missiles from it at the Coca-Cola floats.
Hey Bob,
Intercontinental ballistics
Pepsi's
Pepsi.
launching ballistic missiles out. You want to go check that out?
Intercontinental ballistic Pepsi delivery. Delivered right to
Pepsi
your door.
man!
That's
Delivered right to your door through your
Why
living